All right, it now being 5:05 on Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. In meeting room 4, we're going to open up the North Carver Water District meeting, posted in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20B. It's being recorded by Area 58 tonight, so thank you very much as always. First, open up public comment, and there are none. That's easy. Next one, distribution operator report. So James had a prior engagement tonight, so he gave me his notes for it. So the first day he came in to the town hall here and took care of paperwork issues. Then he started looking at the plant, looking at all the filing systems that we have. He reviewed it starting the week of the July 4th. He reviewed the DEP consent orders, again the paperwork at town hall, set up a workspace at the plant. He had to buy a new printer because the one in there wasn't working. And he started filling out the paperwork to cover DEP. He looked through all the papers in the filing cabinets, and he said they're horrendous the way they are, and they're not up to date. He looked through, he'd gone through the coliform sampling that was there, plan, looked through all the drawers on the water main locations, and he brushed up on the regulations that he has to cover for the plant for the first week. The second week he went in there, again it was the regulations to comply with it. He reviewed and amended the current ERP, he looked at it, found it was outdated, it needs to be updated. So we'll discuss that later on. He had conversations with DEP on sampling plan and locations. He revised the O&M manual that we have. He made the GIS map showing the sampling locations and reviewed the backflow testing. He also had a meeting with Middleborough to discuss what they're doing right now and how things are being done, so he can take over when it's time to take over. So right now Middleborough's still doing it until he gets in. So he's done pretty much everything that he can do concerning the plant and as a distribution operator until we get the engineering company in and start doing their part so he can complete his part. So what he's asked is to reduce his hours to 5 hours a week so that he can, we'll save some cash there because he doesn't have to be there for the whole time and take out the whole 20 hours. So I have no problem with that. If you guys have any problem with him reducing it down to 5 hours until it's ready to ramp it back up? No? Excellent. All right, I don't think we need a vote for that because it's in his contract that he can reduce it all any time. Any questions, comments, issues? All right. Next one is we're going to talk about discussion of the payment on Middleborough. So we already voted on that to pay it. We got the money from the town. Select board passed that money on to us. We had a meeting the next day. We passed it back on so Middleborough can get paid. It is in our packet here of bills, so I'm not sure if they paid it or not yet. The finance director is supposed to be coming in tonight so we can talk to her and have some discussions on that. All right, so minutes of July 8th. I'll entertain a motion. So it was me and Eric only, so.
I'll make a motion.
Just to clarify, July 9th?
What was it?
You said July 8th. Was it July 8th?
Meeting minutes for July 8th, 2025.
What day?
That's what I have here.
You're right. I'm wrong.
Okay. All right.
I typed it wrong twice.
I'll make a second for that. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That's done. Get the easy stuff here. Discussion on vote to bills payable. Okie dokie. So let me move on to the packet here. So the packet is broken up into two different sections. They were so nice to do this for me. The first section we're going to do is from fiscal 2025, and these are encumbered invoices. And the comment says you may have already approved a few to be paid but they had to be processed using a PO number. So, all right, the first one we'll go over is for Susan Hannon for $75. I have 2 of those payments, so I'll entertain a motion to pay those two $75 each.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
In a second, discussion. Does an awesome job, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. All right, the next one here is a bill for, sorry, gotta put the glasses on. I'm starting to get blurry.
I'm glad you have them.
Yeah. All right, the next one here is Solar America for $1,886.79.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion, I have discussion on that one, and I have, the next one will be the same discussion for the next one. So I'll say it all right now. Driving down Route 44 today, I'm looking at that, and they're not keeping the maintenance agreement to that solar area.
Yeah, it looks awful.
It looks horrendous. It's got trees growing up, bushes growing up into it,
Missing panels.
missing panels, yeah.
I think there's panels,
So,
expired panels sitting
yeah,
out there too.
they don't look too healthy, to be totally honest. So, we need to send a letter or a call to them to like get them on their toes to turn around and start doing the maintenance on that. So, after we do these, I think we should either vote to hold off on these until they come back and let us know how they're gonna maintain these 2 properties, the 2 different solar projects that go on there. Or if somebody wants to take on that lead to contact both of these companies, Solar America and Carver Phase 2.
I can do that. Because I get some more information to add after we.
All right.
Right.
So we have a motion and a second to pay Solar America $1,886.79. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No. All right, 2 to 1. All right, next one is Carver Phase 2 LLC, and the total amount is $4,576.86.
Can you give me that amount?
Yeah,
Sorry.
4,576.86.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to pay.
Make that motion.
Motion?
A second.
Second. Any discussion? Again, same discussion that I had. All those in favor say aye?
I
No.
still think we should contact them, but
Right.
we have to pay them.
So,
Yeah, we'll
right.
contact them. So I did get the information about the credits. So we received a credit check back, or a couple checks throughout the year from Eversource. So we're
Has
paying.
anybody seen them?
Yeah, so it's in our ledger. They deposit
Okay.
all the checks in there. So this was through fiscal year end of June 30th, 2025. Total electric was $50,549. We received solar net metering credit checks back in the amount of $68,431. So we netted about $18,000 after the electric.
68,000.
$68,431.68.
So,
And that'll show in our P&L.
okay. Next, you can sign these. We'll move on to the next one. This is the way they have it set up. All right, the next bill we have is for the town of Middleborough for $23,901.29. It was from their water invoice. Entertain a motion,
Make that motion.
I'll second.
discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next one is the town of Middleborough, again, $24,243.03. Again, another water bill. They sent us 2 water bills. Why they sent us 2 water bills, I don't know.
Yeah, that I
But
was
they
just.
got them 2 separate. that came in.
Oh, because they one of these has the microbiology testing with the ocean.
So I'll entertain a motion to pay that bill.
Second motion.
Oh, I'll make a motion.
Oh, I'll make a motion.
Motion is seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, next one is Middleborough Water again for $114,379.52. We already voted to pay that. All right. But I have no problem voting it again, just to let them know that we've already paid it. I put out already were voted to pay. All right.
$114,000,
$379.52.
thank you.
So this will just be a revote of a prior vote we took to pay the $114,379.52.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Second, discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Again, that was just a revote. Next one is Galvin & Galvin PC, our lawyers. He sent a bill for $402.50.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion second, discussion. He's getting better from his injury, so we'll have some more discussions with him. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, Robert. Anybody want to pay that one? Alright. Next one is Verizon for $431.69.
Make a motion to accept.
A motion,
I will second.
second, discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next one is James Mullins, our new distribution operator. And again, this goes back to the fiscal year. So it was a total of $600.
Make a motion to accept.
I will second.
Motion second, discussion. Again, we're dropping his hours to 600. So what was told was his original amount. He had to adjust because he was told we didn't have enough money in our account to cover all the bills. So I wanted that to be clear, that clearly he adjusted this bill to the other bill because unfortunately we didn't have enough money, they said, in the account to cover it, which I was surprised because we had $110,000 in May and we don't have any now, or the end of the fiscal year. So, all right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. We have another invoice for Sue Hannon for $75.
Make a motion.
You have a motion?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Our next one here is, again, for James Mullins, our plant operator. This was the second week. It's for a total of $3,600.
Make a motion.
Second.
Discussion. So I tried to submit, because we had discussed me signing off on bills, but when I went back and we didn't specifically say that I would be able to sign off on his invoices for his payments, so he can get paid every 2 weeks per the contract. So we're behind on his payments. So what I would like to know is if we can have, after we do this, a vote to have me do his, be able to sign off on his invoices every 2 weeks. And as long as it's done as a vote, a motion, so if we finish this motion here, if we could do that, just to cover ourselves, and we don't have to meet every 2 weeks, because if not, we're gonna meet every 2 weeks, just to vote in his salary.
Is this one close to you? We already make a motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor for the 3,600?
Aye.
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 I'll make a motion, Bob has authorization to sign payroll for the operator.
I will second that.
Okay, discussion, I want to make it clear that it's for no more than 20 hours a week, okay? So I will not approve anything over 20 hours a week. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. These are all those bills. Always fun at the end of the year, so this takes care of fiscal year 2025. All right, next, our new fiscal year for payroll. All right, so again, another one here for Sue Annan for $75. Entertain a motion.
I will second.
Make motion.
Second?
Oh, sorry.
It's all right, don't worry about it.
I was reading.
Discussion.
something. No discussion.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Robert Gomes says aye. Next one is, again, for Jim. This will get us all in charge. It's $3,600. I think that was the third week. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry, I didn't get a motion.
Oh, make a motion.
Okay, I'll second.
Motion second, discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Sorry, my fault. Last one, make sure I don't have my page, no. Last one is Verizon New England for $430.96.
I'll make a motion.
I will second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
So it's just a 3 for 2026. Everything
Yes.
else was 2025.
Yes. Thank you guys very much. All right, back to the agenda now. Discussion and vote to confirm the chairman signing off on the distribution operator invoices for up to 20 hours. We just did that. All right, discussion and vote on abatement request from McBee Enterprises, McDonald's. I had email discussions with them to come in tonight. Told them we meet at 5. For here, they're not here. This is like the third time, I think, that we've put them on, so we'll hold that off. If they show up, they show up. If they don't, they don't. 9 is discussion on finances. The director was supposed to come here to meet us for this meeting and not here yet. Hopefully she'll come in before the end of it. All right. Next one is discussion and vote on engineer contract to comply with DEP order. So, I handed out the last meeting, Tate and Howard, their proposal for it. The distribution operator went through this, I went through this, you guys did too. The only thing that he had, the concern was the emergency plan, as if we could do it in-house with him, but once I told him, I said, well, what do you know about a really detailed emergency plan to be put together and everything? And he's like, well, I can probably pull one from another one. I said, you know what, we need one just for the town of Carver.
Well, I can
I
speak to
think,
that real quick.
so, yeah, just one second. I want to introduce you first. All right, so we do have Tate and Howard represented here. And I went back and forth on emails. The contract did come from Karen Gracie, the co-president. So if you could please introduce yourself, John. And
My pleasure. Thank you very much. So my name is John Gregory. I'm with Tate and Howard, consulting engineering firm. Bob had reached out to us a while back regarding some of the issues with the district and the order that's currently in place with Mass DEP. We've gone through that order and put together this engineering proposal to meet the criteria of that order, meet some of the items in that order. I could go down the list if need be, but Bob and I met with another representative, Brian Nealon, from my office back in early June, I believe it was, at the treatment plant. Started talking about some various things with the system, the history, the current status of everything, but the primary concern is to get the district back into compliance through this order. That first and foremost, and I think we'll be talking a little bit about something beyond that with the plant, et cetera, later on. So I'm just going to go down a quick list of what's in the proposal. There was one additional item that we spoke with Bob about while we were on site back in early June. So going through the order, basically the items that are of primary concern that need to be addressed within a certain time frame, I assume once the order is signed, or...
Well, it already is. We're challenging it in court.
Okay, yeah.
But we still want to comply with DEP.
Absolutely. I know there are certain deadlines set within each of those items there, and once we have, if the vote is to move forward with us as engineering firm to assist with this, we'll tailor our contract time and our engineering agreement based on those times as well. And it's kind of mapped out that way in our proposal. So the items that we've included, there's an evaluation of the status of the cross-connection program currently in place with the district. We're going to look at distribution system asbestos cement pipe evaluation, basically determine whether or not there is any asbestos cement pipe, and there's certain forms that need to be filled out, and do a quick evaluation of that. As Bob alluded to, the emergency response plan for the district needs to be updated. There is a specific compliance checklist that SDEP has for all public water systems in reference to emergency response plans, and Dana and Howard's developed an emergency response plan for a public water system that is in compliance with this checklist, so we can develop an updated emergency response plan for the district and also be able to utilize that to fill out the checklist, have a representative of the district sign off on that checklist and submit it to MassDEP so that you are in compliance with that. In addition to that, the district needs to do a lead service line inventory. We've done several of those for clients throughout Commonwealth and are prepared to work with the district to prepare that lead service line inventory and submit it to MassDEP. Turning back to the emergency response plan piece, there's emergency response plan training that needs to be done on an annual basis. We have a certified program with the Commonwealth that provides up to 7 training contact hours, and it's approved by the state. So we have instructors that can come in and do that in one day with however many representatives. I think, Bob, we talked about possibly having up to 12 people attend that training. We will come to the venue, which would likely be, I would assume, Town Hall in a conference room like this, and provide that training in one day. Then beyond that, we'll conduct an evaluation of distribution system service meters. That was another item in the order. We'll have to work with, whether it's James or yourself, Bob, and trying to obtain whatever documentation is available through the town, and then we'll prepare that evaluation. And the last item that was in the order was to provide a written water system capacity determination. You need to get the district back to what is classified as an adequate determination with the state, and we can certainly work with you on that, develop a plan, develop the written document that needs to be done in compliance with the guidelines of public water systems from MassDEP Chapter 11, and pull that together. Then the last thing that we spoke about was, I think the district's looking to do some meter replacements in town, so we can, one of the task items that we had in there was to develop an invitation for bids for that document, work through that, get a certified installer in here to do the meter installations. We'll have to work with the number that you had. I'm not sure if we developed the exact number at this point, but that's further down the road. And then work through the process of what we would call construction, essentially, to conduct the installations in accordance with the invitation for bids. So that's basically covers what is in this proposal that we provided. And I'm happy to address any questions from the board or anything that you might have based on what you've read.
So,
I don't have any questions, no.
Yeah.
I've covered everything in there.
I went through it a couple of times, and like I said, the number concerns me, but it needs to get done, no matter what. So it's up to you guys. I'll entertain a motion of what we're gonna do. What I will suggest is if we do vote for this, that it goes through the lawyer and he does a true sign-off sheet for this, because we don't have one. I figure we'll just sign the back page of this for now, and until we can get the lawyer to give us a sign-off sheet to say, okay. Unless you guys have a separate contract that goes along with this.
This is just a proposal to provide you with a proposed scope of work for all the task items and what our proposed fee is based on these numbers that we gave you.
Right.
We would move on to a formal engineering agreement with you that has standard agreement terms that I'd be more than happy if the vote is to proceed. We can develop that contract, provide it to you, and if it's something you need to send to the district council to take a look at ahead of signing it, that's not out of the ordinary by any means. If you want to do that, I'm not sure what he's going to get, what he or she is going to get out of that document. Clearly just a scope of work. There are no real agreement terms or anything like that, but like I said, if the vote is to proceed, we'd certainly be happy to drop that and get that to you.
Yeah, do you want to have the lawyer review that document, or has he?
Well, it covers, just in my sense is that it needs to get done.
Right.
All right, so I don't think us voting to proceed with this, all right, because the big thing is the contract. The big thing, and that's where I want the lawyer to look at. I mean, he's gonna look at this and say, okay, fine, and he'll compare this to whatever contract that comes down the pipe for us to sign. But,
We'll have to get finance probably involved, see where we are money-wise for the funds, you know what I mean? Because we just started the year, I know we just pulled through a lot of money, but just to see where it is.
well, it needs to happen. No matter
Agreed.
what, it needs to happen. So, yeah, it's up to you guys. I'll entertain a motion that we approve the scope of work and to go to contract negotiations for development of the contract and to send it to our lawyer before we sign it.
I'll make that motion.
Oh, sorry.
Motion and second, discussion. I think we're in the right direction of where we're going with this, so all those in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
And Bob, just to follow up on that, what we would do is, that scope that's in there would be translated directly into our typical contract with standard agreement terms, and then if there are any further discussions with the group or with council, we can certainly.
Okay, no problem. So what I'll do is I'll send you an email with our lawyer's contact information and everything. So once you draw that up, you can send it to me and send it to him, and
Okay.
I'll send it to these two guys, and we'll have a meeting on it, and we'll finally vote to sign the contract.
If there's anything further we need to discuss on that, please let me know.
No problem. Good. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're moving along. All righty, next on the list. Yeah. Did that discussion vote on Millwall contract?
Lawyer had that, him and the town administrator were supposed to get together in Middleborough.
Millwall Town Administrator?
Yes.
Okay, so I know I discussed this at the last meeting. I actually found an intermunicipal agreement between North Andover and North Reading. And I pulled that out, and then I went through it all, which is here, and I'm gonna send it over to our lawyer. And the original was created by Copeland and Page, Greg Corporal, which I find really interesting because he's Middleborough's town lawyer, and why wouldn't you just pull that out and say, here you go, we already have one from another town, let's just make some changes here. And I think one of the big things with that agreement is how much it's gonna cost us for water. That's gonna be a big one, because rumor was they were gonna increase their rates in July again. So if you can contact a lawyer and give us a report next week, should the next meeting we have.
Do we know when they're gonna look at
Their
an
rates?
agreement and all that,
I-
and come back with something?
I have no idea. That we've been going on this for
A while
a
now.
long time now, so, I mean, I have to say, if we don't have anything at the next meeting or whatnot, then I'm gonna ask, like, we take it away from you, Eric, and give it to somebody else to do.
No, the town administrator asked me to have the lawyer contact him directly, which I let him know, and then
All right, so that's just my opinion, all right, just putting it out there. All right, discussion on needs to be completed. All right, so the distribution operator went ahead and he has his own list that he's going through for things that need to be done. And of course, I don't know what I did with my list. I lost my list, I lost my list. Yeah, I lost my list. Let's see if I can do it from memory. All right, the contract with Midwell is one. The consumer confidence report wasn't done for the last fiscal year. It's overdue. So Middleborough finally sent me theirs, so I have theirs that we can go through there to basically put what we write and what they write together and say, here you go, this is it. I personally don't feel comfortable doing a consumer confidence report, to be honest, for it. I mean, I started writing it and said, you know what, I don't know. I'm looking at what Middleborough has, like, all right, I don't know about that. If I can, I don't know enough. So when you don't know enough, you can find someone else who does. So I'll sit with the distribution operator, talk to him about it, see what we can do and put together. It's already late, so it was late last year, it'll be late this year too. They know, I sent them a notice saying, hey, yeah, we're late. At the plant, I went ahead and I mowed the lawn out there, not lawn, but the weeds. Mowed all the weeds and weed whacked out there. I took the trash out because we don't have trash collection there either. We should probably think about something to do with water because there is no water available out there. So we may have to buy some bottled water or whatnot. So it's available there. The phone line does not work still because the electrical, because we still haven't done the electrical at the plant that needs to be fixed. So that's the other thing that needs to get done.
So we're paying for a phone that doesn't work?
Well, no, because there's other things attached to the phone system.
Okay.
is it the phone power for the phone?
It's the phone, it's the power for the phone, but I think it's something more too, because I know the phone did work when it gets power, but I think somebody's played with the lines, the phone lines in there, because some phone lines aren't attached, and I don't know why they're not attached. Usually when they're not attached, they're taped up or they're cut. These were just cut, so I don't know why they were cut. So, but I do know the phone does work when it has power. So, what else? We still need to do meter replacements. There is a list at the plant with all the things that need to get done per the DEP that James is taking care of there. I did put a new desk in there for him, so he has a new desk available. Did say he got a printer. I think that covers it for now.
Does he have a comfy chair?
He has the old chair that was in there, that's been in there for I don't know how many years.
He might have a chair.
Yeah. So, I know I'm missing something, but I don't know what I did with my list. I probably left it at home. All right, next one is discussion of Roby's property and urban renewal plan behind Nori. All right, so I got a call from a real estate agent who does buys property up for corporations, and they're interested in Roby's property for commercial development. And he says the only thing we need is water. And they're paying for a betterment for water, and they want to know if they can have access to water. And I had to give them the great news that Middleborough is not going to open up the water for them in commercial, anything new stuff that's coming down, until we have this agreement in place with Middleborough, and maybe that will change. Where we have something set in stone. So he wasn't too happy about that because it may shut down their purchase of that property because they don't have water. So there's another commercial development that could bring us possibly anywhere from, I don't know, $500,000 of revenue per year for taxes out the door. We don't look at it. And we still have Noria that's still interested, that he may end up, his property, because he's got wetlands, if he could build out the whole thing if he had water. If he doesn't, then he has to put his own water system in. If he does that, then it limits the amount of developable area that he can do on his property. So there's going to be some, we need water. We need to get our system back up and running. The urban renewal plan is always there. They want water for their area too. So us doing this first aspect of complying with DEP with an engineering firm, that's our first aspect of this. And then the next one is to discuss the long term of how do we get from now to get water to them. And I know the redevelopment authority are really interested, and their job is to promote that property in the urban renewal area to be developed. That's their job, and their job is to help facilitate getting that done. So we're going to need to do something to move this forward. So that's going to bring me into my next one, number 14. Discussion and vote on town meeting article for an engineering study on the North Carver Water District plant and future expansion. So I've created, using a couple of different towns on how they did it, as an town meeting article. All right, and this is a discussion and vote because we have a special town meeting coming up. Looks like it's going to be in September 16th, and we need to give this to the selectmen ASAP. So what it is we're requesting $500,000 from the town to do an engineering study on the North Carver Water District. The plant, the system, including payment of costs, incidental and related thereto. And the discussion on this, I'll read it. The North Carver Water District has failed to maintain the plant and allowed it to deteriorate to a point that it needs to be addressed. The North Carver Water District Chairman has had talks with commercial property owners and prospective developers and have paid betterment fees to receive water from the North Carver Water. The agreement with Middleborough and the DEP precludes for new hookups of water to Middleborough. Thus, the water plant needs to get back on, produce water for future development. The evaluation will include an overall plant as it is now, itemized list of issues, cost of repairs, alternative processes for water treatment, a water tower location and costs. All right, so the alternative process, if we want to convert over to a green sand and chlorine-based system, would be, it has to be an option for it, because if there was ever a problem again with our system, it would be an easier switch over to Middleborough, because that's the system that they use, and there's no issues with having to drain water out of the system. So again, I put a cost of $500,000. My goal is hopefully it won't be more than that, but what is your guys' thoughts about this?
Are you guys doing a capacity evaluation?
For the system itself,
The existing
for
system.
the actual operation
Okay.
of the district, financial standpoint, things like that. It's not so much the actual plant evaluation itself. That's separate.
Any questions?
That was my question.
So again, I have had discussions with this, with Tate and Howard and their representatives about this, because we've already hired them. Because it's an engineering study, we don't have to put it out to RFP, because it's engineering, from what I've been told. Hopefully my information is correct, but
I'm sure we'll hear otherwise.
it is what it is, all right? So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to put this toward the town meeting, to put this out there? I mean, we have to start somewhere, in my opinion, so. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we don't have another path forward. We want to get this done, and to your point, you want development in North Carver, we need the water. Bring it to town meeting, let the town decide.
Right.
Okay. Would you like to speak about this at all?
I can speak to it a little bit. Just that number, I think we talked a little bit, Bob, it's just kind of, let's get start.
Right.
I think. We are, as we spoke about previously, we're gonna put together a proposal to do this feasibility study as we're discussing here. And a couple of things that we had spoken about at our site meeting back in early June was taking a look at the existing plant. What do we need to do to just get that back up and running? And we're gonna speak with contractors or operators that could come in, work with us to do this evaluation and be able to tell us what they physically need to do, what needs to be done with all of these processes to get them back to a point where you can get it back up and running. So that's part of what we would look at in this feasibility study. And we'll see what the cost is there to see if it can be rolled into this number that you're looking at. On top of that, we talked about, and you just alluded to it, Bob, potentially doing alternative treatment here, switching to a green sand chlorine-based treatment. In order to do that, we can certainly look at that, but in order to implement that, at this point, there would be a pilot study that would be required. So we would look into what the cost with that would be, how that rolls into this entire item that you're looking at here. On top of that, we're kind of thinking about this from our scope of work and what we think needs to be done in the xenon system that's currently there. We could bring somebody in to work with us to kind of evaluate that. However, I think having a specific xenon representative that's familiar with this, look at this and say, okay, this has been sitting for, I'm sorry, I forgot how long it's been. It's been a while. We'll just leave it at that for now. And kind of evaluating the condition of the equipment and what would need to be done to bring that equipment back up to a point where we put it back online and produce potable water back to the system. So we thought about a lot of these things, and we're kind of formulating that into a scope of work and a proposal that we will prepare to kind of roll this into what that feasibility study needs to be. In addition to that, you alluded to the water storage tank evaluation you want to look at as well, and seeing how that's going to roll into this entire realm of what you're looking at as well. Considering you have that whole property there to work with, that's something we may be able to look at, or we're going to look at as well as part of this feasibility study. Is there anything I missed, Bob, when we talked about?
No, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Just looking at all the alternatives and just figuring out what can we do to get this back online now with the current equipment that's there. What's that going to take? What repairs or upgrades with that is that going to take? And then looking at the alternatives as well.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to put this forward to the town meeting, special town meeting in September.
I will make that motion.
Motion and second. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. All right, I think we've covered everything, and the finance director didn't get here, so it's okay. We'll have to move that on to another day.
And are we gonna put McDonald's on the next meeting?
Yeah, we're gonna have to put McDonald's on. I don't know what happened to them. They're concerned about that bill, and just to let you know, what I did talk to them about is that, again, we have this issue of when people get a crappy bill or a high bill, they call upstairs, the finance office, and they're told, just pay the minimum. Just pay the minimum. Well, that puts us even more issues when you say just pay the minimum. What I told them on the phone is say, you know how much your water costs you per month, okay?
Right.
Whether it's $700, $800, $900, because that's what I look back to see what theirs are. I did ask the finance office to send us the past 2 or 3 years of bills from them to kind of figure out where did we get this $10,000 from of a bill? Why did it get that high? Was it because they weren't paying a bill, they were just paying minimums for this amount of time? So I told them, you need to pay what you think you owe. So if you think that, you look last year and it was June and your June bill was $787, pay $780. If you paid a little bit more, we'll credit you on the other end. All right, don't pay the minimum because you hurt us and you hurt yourself, because you're gonna have a bigger bill coming up the following month. So they're gonna have to understand, I've already said this up there, it says you can't have them pay minimums. They need to pay their bill. If it's too outstanding, pay what you think, just my opinion. Same with residents, if you think you got a bill that's crazy, say $500 or $800 or whatever it is, you can't pay it, you know what? Pay as much as you can, send us a letter, says, hey, I have a problem with this, and come in here and talk to us. All right, we've done it before, we'll do it again. As long as they're a legitimate answer. The only thing I have to say about with McDonald's is that drove by there 2 or 3 times when people have sent me calls saying, hey, Midwell's water is pouring out in the summertime from the sprinkler systems. And I told them that. And I think I also sent emails about it too. So they need to understand that they're gonna have to pay in some way, shape, or form. So otherwise, that's it. I mean, I think I dragged this on enough. So we need another meeting. And I do not have my phone, so I'm gonna need help. So I'll tell you right now, the last week of August and the first week of September, I'm unavailable for those 2 weeks.
What about Wednesday, August 20th?
That's the third Wednesday, so that's typically when we do it.
Okay. What
Yeah,
was the
and I
date?
might, actually, I
20th.
might be on vacation that week. But I could probably, I'm only gonna be in the Cape, I can go back up for it.
No, you can zoom in too.
I can see it.
Yeah. So, what was the date? August
20.
20th, 5
So
PM?
Yeah. that's-
All right. Okay. Is that too, is that not enough time for you guys to get, a proposal
Yeah,
for
let
an
me see,
engineering?
let me see where we're at in terms of the cost for trying to get those, the subcontractor
that's fine.
pieces in there. and,
Like I said,
also-
we're looking at September no matter what for town
Yeah,
meeting, so
yeah.
I kind of would like to have those numbers before I go to town meeting, so we have something set in stone.
I think we can do that.
Okay,
But-
excellent. All right, we're good. All right, next meeting will be August 20th at 5 PM in this room.
Yep.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion?
Second.
Second. Discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Hey, have a good summer, everyone. Thank
for
you.
coming in.